emergency broadcasting system, announcing the commencement of the annual purge. Weapons of class 4 and higher have been authorized for use. All other weapons are restricted. Artist officials ranking 10 and higher have been granted immunity and shall not be harmed. At the siren, all forms of art will be legal for 2 continuous hours. Police, fire, and medical services will be unavailable until 10 p.m. when the purge concludes. Blessed be our new sounding poets.
FMU, a university reborn. May God be with you all.
My uncle told me to be the man. My uncle told me to be the man. Back then, I didn't understand exactly what to be the man meant. He said the man has got to have a plan. And if you don't make a plan, then test and see what other plan fits. I tested and I learned that I was made for this gang bang. Shoot another nigga for the fame is my main claim. So good, I keep the drama out my hood. So when me and my homies gang bang, we pulling up right the way you stay. 10 deep, every nigga in the squad got 2 Ks. And if he think that he protecting the paint, then all of my nigga shooters, we ain't talking about no 2 K. We won! I said, so good that I keep the drama out of my hood. So when me and my homies gang bang, we pulling up right the way you stay, 10 deep, every nigga in the squad got 2 Ks, and if he think he protecting the paint, then all my nigga shooters, I ain't talking about no 2 K, we take what you make, then give it back and charge a tax. That's what you get for living life up on the wrong side of the gap. That's what you get because you rocking with the wrong side of the block, and we won't let go until your block is our shot. Can't stop, won't stop. But on your block, I feel alone. I learned to be the man and how to stand up on my own. But I know that my cuz and my blood was getting grown, so I took it to my hood to be the man up in my home. Little nephew, let me teach you what it means to be the man. If he has it, you can take it like a man, so understand. Anything you ever wanted, you can take it in your hands, and if a nigga got a problem, you can put him in the sand. And that's what it takes to be a man. For 2 tours in Afghanistan, I give my thanks to Uncle Sam.
Growing up, Mama always told me, she said, boy, love is a tricky business. She said, eat them girls out your pocket, don't put in the time or the feelings. I ain't listened. You see, when I met you, I was bankrupt before I knew it, but somehow you made me feel like the richest man alive, so in you I invested my love, heart, and time. Until the stock markets crashed like 1929, and I found myself in a Great Depression. See, messing with Cupid taught me a valuable lesson. He shoots rusted arrows, and my love for you was like an infection, but see, the worst part about it was that sting of Father Time's rejection. See, days and nights would pass me by as he constantly turned this blind eye to my tears and my cries. See, I was either drowning or trying to fly. My best friends Jack and Mary going from clouds to seas. I only knew extremes. It was clear Father Time gave up on me. Can't really blame him though, being with you was the biggest waste of my time. The biggest hate and my crime. I terrorized my own mind and soul like my heart was a suicide bomb. Like my love for you was a Boeing 757, but I was the only tower destroyed in this emotional 9/11. Like I was caught in the line of fire, but you were that crooked cop still living. See, there's no justice in this system. There's no just us. When you met him, my fate was sealed. Like an eviction notice in the mail, my soul was trying to tell me, boy, you gotta go. Ain't much more you can put in, and many more payments you can make. Still I tried, Lord, I tried, robbed that bank of my pride till I was sentenced to the prison of my ignorance, like there wasn't a world outside of you, and then I cried. Like the floodgates to my soul collapsed, I found myself drowning in debt, I couldn't take it, so I swallowed all of my pain. OD'd on my sorrow. Hung my heart from a noose as a reminder of why now I have nothing left to lose. See, to lose weight means nothing when you're all I hunger for. Forever wanting more. Until I'm reduced to that skeleton in your closet. My tears a leaky faucet. Background noise, annoyed until you cut me off and just wash me down the drain with all your promises and your dreams. You had me picturing rings, but it seems I was only running in circles. Like that dog trying to catch its own tail, knowing it would hurt when I did. You see, love breeds emotional masochists. Got us asking questions we know we don't want the answer to, like, do you love him? Is he better than me in bed? Does his hand feel warm that way it will cradle your head? You see, some nights I'd rather be dead. But then I think back to my dreams and realize I can't stand that type of eternity with you in my head. You turned out to be the suicide note and the erasure shavings. See, the erasure shavings still float in my veins. Like those feelings you tried to wipe away still burn my blood ink. This knife, pen, skin, paper, scribbling notes from I love you to I hate you, written in bold like stories untold, like pages ripped out, loud screams and shouts, unnoticed tries and unheard cries. Please open your ears and close your eyes. Listen. This is the anthem of the heartbroken.
This pretty pussy pops from powerful people in powerful places. This pretty pussy pops from powerful people in powerful places must have a purpose to get a piece of pussy she's poisonous. Passing as sweetness, but when she positions to be in the palm of your hand, beware. She puts everything into perspective, making possibilities a platform for the perfect sabotage. Please pay attention. Often perceived as promiscuous by pimps and players who know nothing of the game mastery. On her P's and Q's like a drug lord, weeding out the unworthy. She's a psychic who paints pictures on paper of your unpleasant ending. A poet with words that go on a pistol. A woman with a pace that's all about principle, period. She is a penalty for any nigga who is presumptuous about her being. Permission from the heavens to accept payments in the form of a plea. Plea for your life with persistence, because if you underperform, she won't take pity. But really, she is a nice lady, a polite lady, pockets deep and no babies, receiving praises from bitches who want to be in her presence, prescribing pills to patients to worry about who her maid is. And don't worry, she's not stealing crowns from you wannabe princesses. She's a goddess, and that shit is evident.
Rewind! In a permanent place like Death Note. I'm cutthroat. Cold and calculating, my pen is poised and coming to put these poets in a permanent place like Death Note. They got poems masking their own insecurities like Deathstroke. Don't get slayed. They feel like
Bars.
I'm cutthroat. Cold and calculating, my pen is poised and coming to place these poets in a permanent place like Death Note. They got poems masking their own insecurities like Deathstroke. Don't get slayed. They fill enough faces on CDs that don't get played, baby. Not a game, but it's competition. Don't get played. Your guard go down when you go fishing. That's how you get filleted. Just in case there's still someone on me. I put my heart out to ain't nothing left to wear on my sleeve. So come at me. Meet me on stage. I'll be beasted, uncaged. Lyricism for a new age. Straight ram, no cage. My potential can't gauge. Strong hat, black mage, black light, certain danger. Is this passion or is this anger? Too much pride, lion table. Spitting bullets, you better check the chamber. Ooh. Oh, what a protection. I'm living proof. To hell with the judge. I know the truth. You're in my way, man. What's the use? But if you insist, meet me on the sidewalk. I'll be the one making passerby stop and listen, whether or not they have the full level of comprehension to appreciate every sentence, every stress and that emphasis. Every time prolonged eye contact with complete strangers creates synthesis. Don't mistake my modesty for weakness. Honestly, my only real weakness is that I don't tie myself to a demographic field. Don't let the audience decide how to feel having a field day with your emotions, poetic, puppeteer, pompously, playing, perpetuating the mental commotion. Enough fluidity to move ocean, verbal hurricanes, moving at high velocity, entirely too much flow, no viscosity. And this was not meant as a diss. To any potential competition, just a little clarity for anyone brave enough to listen. See, I keep hearing poems I wouldn't call poems, but hey, that's just my opinion, and I could be wrong, but I don't think so. See, my pen conducts symphonies that have you singing hymns in overtones and combinations and tones penetrate your ears in the symphony. I put the pedal to the kettle drum until it rings in tune with my emotions, so I don't forget why I wrote it. Too often, the heart of poetry is eroded, along with the definition of art. They're being stretched and pulled apart by artists that sound alright, but mostly just look the part. Hey, Mr. One-dimensional poet with way more charisma than content. You probably didn't know it, but I'm coming. I'm coming from my own retribution, and it won't be nice. Take our brother P.A.'s advice, and for all the poetic injustice, I put him down with the lyrical cutlass, and leave him gutless, make a king fight for you and the ending and dissing and ruckus. Come on, bro! So if you can't handle it, play sidekick. I let you surrender in private. Try to hold the look on your face in places I let waste the poets who on their best, they could not trace the words I speak. Decimate them with ultimatums, vocal cord, trigger bombs to make them quit because they don't want trouble. Bury them in their own rubble. They come after me, I can't help but chuckle. I'll take them back to back from my bare knuckles. Black on my belt buckle. I'll take them back. So meet me in the library. I'll be finishing my latest poem at the corner desk. Meet me on the sidewalk. I'll be the one in the beret with voices across my chest. Was it the drama? Might be there, but I'd rather be relentless than a reluctant rider. Like if a little back talk to was too afraid to talk back. Losing submission was gonna lead to an end. Check my facial expression. I'm cutthroat, no mercy, no love. Be ready when I rock, when I come. I'm coming.
All right, roll.
It's a different world.
Rewind.
No, really, it's a different world. No longer are we in living color, but we're living single. Got too many different colors banded against each other like we didn't come from the same pond, and there's just too many different strokes in this world that we can't all get along. What you going through, Willis? You know this your brother, right? Like, Marlon and Sean, he ain't come here to fight, but since we're here now, trying to see who's the freshest prince now, trying to live like Will now, Smith and Wesson's locked and loaded. Will you kill for your own? Or take him out, relinquish the throne, because I'm just trying to see what's up. Like Martin. Yo, you the man, and don't think I'm putting on. We far from a perfect family. Not everybody can be the Huxtables. But I heard even the great Cosby proved something in the milk might not be clean. The least we can do is be a proud family. Doesn't matter whether you're from the boondocks or Bel Air, what matters is family. Will you fight for your cause the way the Lord was pursued by slaves? Or will you break her down to bend it knees to her head and her shoulders to no longer support the weight of her God-given crown? All times ain't gonna be good times, but the least we can do is the right thing. What's happening, man? We out here yelling at everybody, hates, blacks, but we ain't learned to love each other. Internal defamation is creating a debased reputation. It is worse to self-hate than it is to be hated. Pause, rewind, play back. Internal defamation is creating a debased reputation. It is worse to self-hate than it is to be hated. And we can't seem to move past petty differences, let alone move up like the justices. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Let me grab the AK-47 and hop off the stoop. These flames ain't silent when I start this revolution and I shoot. The AK has a chrome mag to show you that I'm acting hard, and when you see the gun, your face is gonna get blue like an avatar, okay? Did y'all think I had actual bullets in the clip? Nah. Everything is done vocally. Put these words into the gun and I'ma kill them with poetry. I'm lyrically out this world. I said I'm lyrically out this world. When I spit these bars, that's when these people are atmosphere, but I disregard your comment, and when the media writes bars so hot, I can take the mercury out of the marble and somebody's not feeding me right, because I'm the king of the jungle. I said I'm the king of the jungle. Any nigga that tries to take my throne, better know he's lying. Kill a nigga with these words and find him a casket to lie in. If he says he got bigger bars than me, then I guess this is David versus Goliath. It's crazy how everything the haters spit is plain, but I'm the one spitting fly shit. Try this. Give me some words. Get you a gun, aim it at the nigga's head and watch him run. The amount of mercy you gotta have, it better be none, so real shit has begun. But wait, am I dope now? Did y'all finally get the message? Do I got enough willpower to be known as the Fresh Prince? Do I got enough cash so I can fill up banks? These bars can't fit in the gun no more. It's time to fill up tanks and go to war against any nigga that's filled with hate. But wait, if everything I say is real, what does that make the haters? A Nazi. One day, I'm trying to live in paradise and ride on a yacht. See, these words that I be spitting might be going overheads. Shoot a nigga with these words 7 times, then shoot him 3 more times so I know he's there, so listen. Tell the haters, don't ever come at me like I ain't dope, because I'm gonna always be spitting these dope nouns and verbs. And my whole squad gonna be dope because I'm repping that voices!
Alright, calm. Alright, Chris.
Too many shots of lick can make a nigga lose his mind. Too many shots of lick can make a nigga lose his mind. Too many sides to pick, so these misogynists don't see it's obvious my confidence is bouncing off a compliment. Y'all out here trying to understand someone else's consciousness is as ridiculous as the United States firing common sense into the sky to test a rocket ship. Go figure. Go figure, the 8 figures can turn 8 niggas into 8 killers. So now we take words like bullets and forget who ate with us. Reminiscing over times when kings ate slave dinners, now kings engrave dinners. I see kings engaged in a battle as I speak. I see kings engaged in a battle as I speak, and it's kind of weak. The amount of shade that catapults into conversations between people who think they are the same and are really opposites. We should be optimists. Traveling this world with no compass and several documents, a pocket full of papers and an empty wallet must be my consciousness from God. I find it astonishing that people, better yet poets,
can always seem to save someone else's life, but can never seem to save themselves. It's like he rose afloat as Peter's body propelled into the deep blue. As the seas moved beneath the clean moon, he would cling to that last breath that seemed smooth, just like that last Hennessy shot. There I go drinking again. Sailor Jerry, Captain Morgan, damn, there I go sinking again. These ships couldn't catch a wave, even if it was a 3-point game, ended in a 4-point play with 5 seconds left on the clock. Y'all gonna keep playing games till you got 5 seconds left on your watch. You better watch. Learn to sit still, and kick rocks, and get over it. We say we can take 6 shots from a Glock. We can't. My kings and queens, I need y'all to wake up from this confinement of imaginary. Voices!
She was beautiful. More beautiful than crisp wind stained with the scent of the countryside, whistling through cherry blossom tree branches. Sending petals dancing, twirling, free falling into their first taste of freedom in slow motion. Curls growing every which way, metaphoric for the direction her mind would go in just one conversation, her freckles. Placed there as God's chocolate fingertips played hopscotch back and forth from cheekbone to cheekbone. A soul so fervent that it seemed like she had brown suns burning in the back of her skull. Thus she was happy. But you see, that's the most interesting thing about perspectives birthed in a broken home, one often filled with the sound of smashing glass and blasphemy. A cocaine-crazed mother slaps her daughter stupid because she sees her spouse give their seed the same eye he used to give her. While Daddy Dearest sits at the bar, wedding ring in his back pocket, often coming home smelling like perfumes that aren't on mommy's dresser. During her parents' bouts, she would rush to her room to wrap pillowcases tightly around her head and squeeze until fuck you sounded like love you, and she just convinced herself that her parents were confessing their undying love for one another. But one night, imagination wasn't enough to numb the pain. She took a blade to her wrist and sliced back and forth and back and forth, the saddest symphony ever strung. At a funeral, the only thing we could say was, to us, she seemed so happy. But you see, that's the most interesting thing about perspectives.
There it is again. That creep trying to sneak from the places we hide and wakes us up every morning, roosts into our sunshine, and we pray it doesn't set before we're at our prime. Join a group, make a friend, only if their wills have the same ground. Toss the bottle, toss the blunt, toss me a pen. That's my energy. It's what I take breaks for. Fasting on the clouds, one day I'll get past this to ride, but you can't let the curtain call first. Throw the phones out the window. No distractions, please. I'm just out here trying to get it. No distractions, please. Why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does he do me that way? Why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does he do me that way? Why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does he do me that way?
Because I got picked last for dodgeball. Picked apart by Barbie dolls, I was overlooked. Because my shirt was untucked and my skin was too brown. Because I didn't want my wrist to look like hers. Instead, I cut myself raw, not with knives, with words. It prevents me from committing suicide. So I can seduce the audience with my metaphors, strip them with my similes. Fuck their minds with these vividly intoxicating imagery. For people to respect my flow, tell me how dope that shit is, and snap with me until they feel calluses on their fingertips. But by the time I wrote for you, my fingers protested, and the ink didn't know who I was anymore. I write selfishly, otherwise, who knows who I will be? Hell, bitch, I write for myself, to become lost in reality with no attention to be found. Urging these empty promises, writing a blueprint to a better me, to forget what you did to me, to remind myself why I
like dick. I'll be fucking bras like I'll be fucking bored. Turn a dyke bitch out. Ever fucking boys. Kanye says, heard you do anything for a Klondike. Well, I'll do anything for a Blondike. Nas says, only right that I use mics and the rhymes that I write are harder than dikes. The title of this poem is Homophobia versus Homophilia, or how girls kissing girls became a fashionable thing. Lessons to the pretty boys with long hair and gold chains that rap about fucking lesbians. There are worse things than being homosexual. Like not being homosexual. Like believing that your dick is hard enough to fuck a brick wall into stilettos and a mini skirt while still maintaining your masculinity. Like how being gay is both sexy and profitable so long as you're not. Like not understanding that your dick or any dick has nothing to do with my sex. Dyke. A noun. Definition. 1. A long wall or embankment preventing flooding from the sea. 2. A boundary of defense, meaning I am the levees, the art, and you, sir, could not possibly handle all of this wetness. Oh, he made his only forgotten tongue. So ASAP, get like me. Your girl probably wish that you could kiss like me. So trained in the game of such delicacy. So no, you would never lick her clit like me. Question. When you fuck a dyke, which one of you is the daddy? Rhetorical. I once had a man tell me he did not respect me as a woman until I opened my mouth. Funny how I became this kind of woman when I opened my mouth. Ironic how my open mouth and bended knee became synonymous. This is for colored dykes who have considered suicide when black male rappers make us feel less than enough or only good enough to fuck. I tell him it is not a penile compulsion that compels my tongue to beat. It's the love of a woman, the body of a woman, and that body is mine. It is not built for his male consumption, depletion, or rhyme scheme. It is built for nature, and for the fucking record. We all start out sucking titties for survival. And then some of us are still surviving. Next one we have is 14 lines from love letters or suicide notes from Niasha, Leon,
Yes, Naya.
14 lines from love letters or suicide notes. 1. Don't freak out. 2.
We both know this has been coming for a long time.
3.
I've been staying awake at night wondering if I should tell you.
4. I bought the kind of crackers you can eat. They're in the whole cupboard. 5. Now that I've watched all the episodes of True Blood, I do not know what else to do next. 6.
I always imagined this would happen without warning.
Like suddenly on an ocean cliffside. But this is the kind of thing. We're waiting for the time to be right with just me.
Waiting forever.
7. I've just been too afraid for too long. 8. I came home on Tuesday to find all the chairs that I own stacked in the tower in the center of my kitchen. I don't know how long they've been like that, but it can only be me that did it. It's the kind of thing a ghost might do to prove to the living that he is still there. I am haunting my own apartment.
13. I was 8 years old and it took 3 weeks, 3 8-year-old weeks, imagine, to gather everything that I would need to be Batman. Rope, boomerang, a Mardi Gras mask with the beads cut off. I couldn't find a cave near my house, so I buried them all in a bundle of ivy. For years after I tried to search for that spot again,
The ivy grew too fast.
I searched in so many spots it seemed impossible to find them, but I never found it. How can something be there and then not be there? How do we forgive ourselves for all the things we did not become?
14.
I never had the courage to buy bright green sheets.
I wanted them, but thought they were too brash.
Even with no one but me to see them.
I bought a set yesterday and put them on the bed. I knew
knew
that
that
you
you
would
would
like
like
them. Thank you. The next group we have is going to be Diamond. So we have Diamond and Kiki.
know. Politicking with people less fortunate like myself. Every dog has his day. Now doggy style shall help. This dick ain't free. Matter of fact,